Okay, so this country is basically a continuation of the old Green Plateau and surrounding area, and it really gets to their head. Hey guys, welcome back to Nations of Minecraft. So today we are doing Manplatten. It's a very wealthy country that has a lot of awesome stuff, so let's jump right into it. So Manplatten is located right here around the center east, and its location is very important for its economy. It serves as kind of a bridge between the east and the south. The east specializes more in harvesting raw materials, whereas the south specializes more in things like architecture and redstone, which need some natural resources. So Manplatten is where they meet to trade because it's such a convenient location, and because of all the trade, Manplatten gets rich. So yeah, the Easterners will bring their ores and other resources there, and the South will send the heads of their corporations to Manplatten. So yeah, it's one of the most important business locations in the world, probably arguably the most important. So it's also where the old Green Plateau used to be, and also the city of Manplatten, which was sort of like right alongside the Green Plateau and was the capital city of the Green Plateau country. So yeah, it's basically like a continuation of the Green Plateau, like I said in the intro. So generally, Manplatten, the country can be divided up into these regions. There's the Green Plateau, like the actual plateau itself, like the landform. And that's where you'll see this old, iconic building that was my home for 3 seasons back when I was a squeaky, high-pitched voiced middle schooler. There are some like suburban towns up north that are more similar to Navaket in terms of culture and architecture. Uh, these are like the less rich suburbs. In the south, you'll find some more rich suburbs, this light green area, sort of along the lake and stuff. There's like deep jungle in the south. And of course, there is the actual city of Manplatten, which is the biggest city in the world, which is run by animals. The capital of Iapeta is bigger, but it's run by players. So, yeah, like we said, the capital city of the country of Manplatten is the city of Manplatten. But the city of Manplatten is also the capital of Hyperland. The reason why it's the capital of both countries has to do with history. So yeah, it's just one city. It's not even split up. There's one city that's the capital of two countries. Each country has their own capital building in the city, and they're split at this plaza. So yeah, the cities are split in half, but it still functions as just one city. And each country has their own capital building in the same city. But technically, since the city hall for the city of Manplatten is located on the country of Manplatten's side of the city, technically, in a weird way, Manplatten rules over Hyperland because they rule Hyperland's capital city, because Hyperland's capital city's town hall is in Manplatten. Get it? Alright, moving on. So yeah, technically that makes it all Manplatten, but not really. So yeah, anyway, here's a biome map. This is a lot less confusing. There is the jungle. They have a good portion of the jungle. There's, of course, the plateau, some dead fields, bamboo, and a little bit of the desert here, and there's also a palm grove, which was very important to the Green Plateau back in the day. This is a population map. Of course, the largest population center is the city of Manplatten. These are the suburbs, these orange areas, and there's basically no one living on the plateau, and there's also very few people living in the jungle areas. This is a temperature map. Of course, it's more mild as you go north, and it's very hot in the jungle. Here's a humidity map. Obviously, it's also very humid in the jungle and dry on the plateau. Gets a bit more wet in this bamboo forest, but not much. Okay, now here's a language map. So the main language is Platten. The Platten is the language of the Manplatten tribe in ancient times, and it's just the general language of everything surrounding the plateau. And in the jungle, they do speak some Cowlian, but there aren't many people who live there, so the main language of Manplatten is just Platten. So now let's talk about some history. So the Platten language comes from the ancient Plata tribe, a tribe that lived on the top of the plateau, and was one of the first tribes in the world. They lived at the top of this plateau, and they were safe, they were isolated, but there was not much food or any resources at the top of the plateau, so some of them decided to migrate down from the top of the plateau and onto the rest of the land. So they went down the steep plateau and settled over here and made the Manplatten tribe. They had a lot of area, but it wasn't. None of the area was that good for farming. So they had a high quantity of land, but a low quality of land. So there were two tribes, Plateau and Manplatten. They both spoke the same language, the Platten language, but Manplatten ended up accomplishing a lot more since they actually were not isolated, unlike their counterparts on the plateau. And Manplatten even occupied this, but this was also more like useless dead fields. And Manplatten tribe didn't do much except they were involved in the Second Lonian War. So yeah, the Manplatten tribe didn't do that much until the East Han Empire conquered almost everything in the east, and the Manplatten tribe was the one tribe in the whole east that did not get completely conquered by the East Han Empire. So that inspired a lot more Platten nationalism because they felt very patriotic after having resisted the East Han Empire. So yeah, the Manplatten tribe even somewhat survived after the East Han Empire fell, and didn't completely get destroyed by King Ender. So when the Green Plateau formed, the Green Plateau actually made a deal with the Manplatten tribe that the Green Plateau would start building stuff there. The Green Plateau would make a city there, and this was actually good for the Platten tribe because they couldn't use their land for anything else. So building a city there would actually be very good for their economy. So the Green Plateau built this. By the Green Plateau, I mean me. I built this underwater train tunnel to connect the Green Plateau to Manplatten. It's a pretty short train ride. And we started building stuff. The first thing we made was a city hall where the Platten tribe could basically run the city, which they did. And I started building more and more buildings until the city of Manplatten was like a shining metropolis. So eventually, when the Green Plateau took over all this, when the Green Plateau basically ruled the world, Manplatten was the capital city of the Green Plateau, so Manplatten was basically ruling the whole world. It was pretty awesome, and this seat, the capital building of the entire Green Plateau world at the time, was in Manplatten. So eventually the Green Plateau fell, and the players abandoned it, and the ethnic Plattens living in the region inherited all of their wealth, since they lived in Manplatten and the Green Plateau and stuff. And at first they were very happy about that, and they built really nice, colorful, fancy suburbs right next to the Green Plateau, until they realized that they didn't technically have a state of their own, so their land was divided up amongst other countries, specifically the Empire of Navaket and Hyperland. So the ethnic Plattens living in the region did not have their own state, and they were split between these two countries. Hyperland owned the city of Manplatten, whereas Navaket owned the Green Plateau and the suburbs where a lot of the Plattens were living. Eventually, the government of Navaket got weaker, and this region of Navaket, called Ravinia, fought a war of independence and won. And that made it easier for this region, Versha, to win their independence with much less of a fight. So the ethnic Plattens thought maybe this was their chance to gain independence in the midst of the chaos. So they thought, what if we just slip away quietly and hope nobody notices? And they were right. Basically, nobody noticed or cared. So at least half of Manplatten was now free, but the city of Manplatten was still under the ownership of Hyperland. So they asked Hyperland if they could buy the city, and Hyperland was like, nope. So what they did instead was they launched a surprise attack on Hyperland. They attacked from two sides, and Hyperland wasn't expecting it, so they conquered a lot. They conquered the whole city as well as a bunch of other land at first, until Hyperland finally got their army together and pushed back. And they pushed back halfway through the city, and there was this big fight in the plaza by the mall. And then Manplatten said, hey, why don't we just leave it right here? We'll pay you for half the city, and then we can stop fighting. And neither side really wanted to fight anyway, so Hyperland agreed to it, and so Manplatten got half of their city back. So it was sort of, they considered it a victory, even though they kind of had to pay to win, almost. Manplatten gets out of a lot of problems by paying, because they're rich and they're also kind of wimps when it comes to fighting. So yeah, that's why the city is split between these two countries. So Manplatten was happy to get half of their city back, but their old capital building was in Hyperland's side of the city, and even worse, Hyperland was using it as their capital building. So Manplatten, because they're big show-offs, they went on a big project to build a new Capitol building that was even bigger than Hyperland's Capitol building. So take that, Hyperland. It was a huge project, and it was actually a big boost to their economy. So yeah, Plattens really love to show off. And they do a lot of showing off, but there are also a lot of problems that ended up forming. There's a lot of homelessness because the housing costs are insane in Manplatten. So there's basically a whole nother universe of poverty underneath the streets of Manplatten, many of which are elevated, that the government of Manplatten doesn't want you to see, but I'm trying to be objective here. Since it's so hard to capture the whole Capitol building in one picture, here's a video going up it. It's really big. So yeah, some top notable sites you might want to see in Manplatten include the Capitol building, which has a really cool view. There's the University of Manplatten, which is the most prestigious university in this Minecraft world. There's this lighthouse. There's this war boat that used to be a coffee boat, but Manplatten used it when they were taking back their city, so now it has TNT cannons and stuff. There's this airport, one of the few airports in the world. There's this bank tower. It's a very important financial building for the whole world. It's where a lot of people do big trades. There's Food Lane, which has the best restaurants in the world, although Durlon might dispute that. There are the suburbs of Manplatten along Lake Amadeus. There's the Green Plateau itself, which has so many cool sites, including Dinosaur Peninsula, although there are no more dinosaurs there, they're extinct. There's this really cool history place that I made, which has a lot of historical things in the history place. There's this armory in the Green Plateau. Again, this all used to be my stuff before I moved out. There's my old bedroom. Yes, my old bedroom is now a tourist destination. There's this garden outside the building. In my opinion, it's the best garden in the world because, I made it. Actually, I didn't make a lot of it. I just made part of it. And there's the library. Got a lot of good books. And there's what used to be the room that governed the whole world, because when the Green Plateau ruled the whole world, this was like the government council room stuff. And there's also the Green Plateau Theater, which is the largest theater in the world. The Green Plateau has a lot of really biggest stuffs. And there's also a space station that I actually did go to space on when I still had mods that could do that. So, when it comes to Manplatten's foreign relations, they have a lot of business partners, but not necessarily a lot of friends. So they often do business with these countries, because these countries have a lot of corporations, like architecture corporations and redstone corporations, that have their headquarters in Manplatten, because Manplatten is the most important financial city in the world. So they do a lot of business, but these countries aren't necessarily allies of Manplatten. When it comes to Hyperland, they kind of have to be friendly to each other, because they both share the same capital city, but they aren't that enthusiastic about each other because they both kind of wish they had the whole thing. So yeah, it's like an uneasy friendship. Now, they do not like Claytonia, and Claytonia does not like them, because they both are competing over who can have a greater financial influence on the region. And when it comes to the Navakeshan states, it's weird. The Navakeshan states like Manplatten politically, but don't like Manplatten culturally. So the reason they like Manplatten politically is because they hate Claytonia, just like Manplatten. It's like the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So they think if they trade more with Manplatten, that'll hurt Claytonia, so they do a lot of business with Manplatten. But culturally, they don't really like Manplatten. The Navakeshan states think that Plattens are very stuck up and always showing off all their fancy skyscrapers, whereas Navakeshans tend to enjoy a much more simple lifestyle. So yeah, they think Plattens are very, rich and snobby. But they still do a lot of trade deals for political reasons. Manplatten's only real friends would have to be Cowlia. Cowlia is basically Manplatten's girlfriend. Unlike Manplatten's other allies, Cowlia actually does show Manplatten how cool they think they are, and Plattens really appreciate that, because as the whole world knows, they have really big egos. So yeah, in conclusion, Manplatten is a very proud and ambitious country. They just often annoy other people in the process. Stay tuned. Minlia is coming up next.